everybody, this is Dark Storm Comic Reviews here with a review on Green Goblin Issue 3. Now for those of you who don't know, I recently did a review on the Amazing Scarlet Spider Issue 2, which that story revolves around this lady named Joystick. And Joystick is a part of this sort of like real-life video game tournament, kind of like Mortal Kombat basically, where she'll participate against opponents and she'll like earn points and money and she'll earn level ups, you know, like you would in a video game. And the more level ups she gets, the higher chance she'll have to participate in this event called the Great Game. Which, if you participate in the Great Game and you win, I guess you win, like, more money and, like, bigger prizes. Stuff like that. Like a limo or something. I don't know. Just, like, big prizes, So, that's basically her end game, is to try and participate in the Great Game, so. But anyways, so yeah, and also in the issue, Scarlet Spider and the Green Goblin meet up, and they decide to team up and track her down, so. Here's the cover. And I really like this cover. I really, really do. I like Scarlet Spider's hanging down here. You got Green Goblin caught in the web. It's just a really, really cool cover. Caught in Scarlet Spider's web. Really, really like this. I want to get a good view for you guys here. But you can see he's hanging in the web here. Yeah. So the story starts off. Phil's just like really crushing on Joystick. Like, okay, so if you guys remember from my last issue review, Joystick and Phil here, Phil Urich, the Green Goblin, the Green Goblin, for those of you who don't know. But anyways, yeah, Phil and Joystick met up in the Amazing Scarlet Spider Issue 2 at the Daily Bugle, because basically Joystick went into the Daily Bugle because she wanted to try and meet up with an investigative reporter named Ken Ellis, because Ken, he does a lot of interviews with the Scarlet Spider, and she was thinking like, okay, if I find Ken Ellis, maybe he can lead me to Scarlet Spider, because, Ken Ellis does a lot of Scarlet Spider interviews. So maybe he can help me track him down so I can finally take Scarlet Spider out. So yeah, and that's how Phil and Joystick kind of ran into each other, because, yeah. But yeah, anyways, Phil's just kind of crushing on Joystick pretty hard. Got this cool picture right here. Got this cool scene right here. Joystick here, and here's Phil kind of just crushing on her. He has that like dazed, crushed face, that you'd usually get if you're really into somebody. Okay, yeah, but anyways, it's a funny scene because Phil starts going off. He's basically saying like, man, I don't know how, those superheroes like Spider-Man, Captain America, and Thor can focus on their objectives. We got like hotties like Black Cat and Enchantress running around. Like, how do they do it? I just thought that was kind of funny, and he just starts talking like, man, if I could, he's basically just saying like, man, Joystick is so hot, like she is so, up there, like she's just amazing, and he's just crushing like really hard on her, and it's just kind of a funny scene, and he actually it's funnier too because he gets kind of jealous of Scarlet Spider because Joystick and Scarlet Spider kind of fight in the last issue, and he's kind of talking about how, oh man, some heroes get all the luck, like Scarlet Spider just gets all the chicks, like come on man, like. The Green Goblin can't get any love? Like, really? It's kind of funny. It's kind of just regular stuff, too. He's just kind of, hanging out. So, but anyways, yeah. So we keep going. And Phil's like, okay, so she gave me, so basically in the last issue, Joystick met up with Phil. Joystick gave Phil her address and her hotel and room number. She gave that to him basically because she was hoping that he would give it to Ellis, so that Ellis could contact her and tell her about Scarlet Spider. Well, yeah, Phil didn't do that. He ended up keeping her hotel and room and address number, so... so they kind of try to put it under the guise that, because remember, the last issue, Green Goblin and Scarlet Spider decided, okay, we're going to team up, and we're going to track down Joystick, and we're going to, like, pull our information, basically. So you could say he kept it because he wanted to, like, track her down and, pull some information out of her to see if she was bad or good. But really, Phil just kind of kept it for selfish reasons. He just wants to track her down because she's hot. He doesn't care about being a hero. He just wants to track her down because he thinks she's sexy and da-da-da. And so, yeah. So, that's basically why he keeps the hotel room number. He wants to track her down, not really to pull info or meet up with Scarlet Spider. He just wants to track her down because she's hot. So, which I think is cool. I think it's a cool characteristic of this character. He's, as I mentioned before, Phil's very much... He's not really a hero, he's not really a bad guy, and he's not really an anti-hero. He's kind of just a guy who got lucky, found some superpowers, got some abilities, and he really wants to use it to... He really, more or less, uses his goblin identity for selfish reasons, not really good or evil, just selfish. So yeah, it's pretty cool. He's got his room number, throws his headphones on. And, oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know, how, so the way Phil here gets like his abilities and his superpowers is by whenever he puts on the Green Goblin mask, he gets like a electro shock to his brain, and it kind of helps him to like kickstart his powers and abilities basically. So whenever he puts the mask on, he gets a shock, and he's able to like get all his Green Goblin abilities. So it's pretty cool. It gives him kind of like a jump start basically. And so yeah, we get this cool picture, and I really like this picture here too, where he's flying in the air. Trying to get a good one for you guys here. Sorry about the glare. But yeah, this is a cool image right here. Puts on the mask, and he's ready to go. And so yeah, he's basically just tracking down Joystick. He's tracking her down. Here, I'll get some more images here. It's a cool scene here. He meets up with these kids, or he sees these kids watching TV, and so basically, because he's trying to find out, like, he knows where her hotel is, but he's having trouble with the room number, so he goes up to these kids and kind of, he basically lies to them, basically. He's like, hey, you know that favorite Cape Crusader you kids like? Well, yeah, here I am. Now, if you guys could just tell me where this lady lives in the hotel, that'd be really cool. So yeah, he basically pretends to be like a cartoon character to fool the kids into finding joysticks. So yeah, definitely not heroic. Yeah, definitely pretty selfish. And I kind of like it. It's kind of a cool characteristic of his character. He's really in it for his own gain. I think that's kind of cool. Or kind of, not cool, but interesting, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, he continues to try and stalk her. So he kind of is. He's flying around on his glider. He gets to the window. He sees that the window is left open. He gives a pretty cool grin off. He's like, "Ooh, I'd like to think she's inviting me in. I like to think she's inviting me in to hang out." So he hops off his bike glider and goes into the apartment. And I love this. Look at this image, guys. Look at this. This is such a cool drawn image where it's dark and it's fading. And you get the wide eyes and the purple. That is just so cool. I like that. I really like that sort of shadowy image. It's really, really cool. Sorry, I just had to pause and talk about that because that was a real cool image. But yeah, we see the note from Scarlet Spider. Obviously, Phil gets jealous and bummed again because he's like, "Oh, I thought it was from me. Like, what the heck? Like, come on." So he picks up the card, but then we find out that there's some fishing line tied to the table. He's looking under the table, and then he finds it's a bomb, basically. It's a bomb, so he pulls the cord, a bomb ignites and then explodes. It's like a gas grenade, sort of. But thankfully, because of Phil's goblin mask that he wears, he's able to protect himself from the fumes, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, so yeah, the cops come in. Phil makes his daring escape. Or Green Goblin Phil, whatever. So yeah, Green Goblin flies away. He takes the note card, which is important because it says here, meet me at the power station or people will die tonight, joystick. And so he takes the note, switches it right here. He flies away and he's like, well, I know where she's going to be tonight, so I guess I'll plan our, date. So, yeah, anyways, Phil just really loves stick, and it's kind of funny. But anyway, so yeah. So Joystick's in the van. She finds out that someone triggered the bomb. She's like, wow, that guy's a real idiot. And so then Joystick's like, it's got to be that stupid Scarlet Spider idiot. Because remember, Scarlet Spider is her target. That's who she wants to take down, to level up, and get points and all that. So, yeah, Monitor's like, yeah, I think you're right, Joystick. It says a costume figure triggered the bomb. And she goes, yep. And so, yeah. And then he gets a ring on his phone. And apparently it's a referee, or another referee. And he goes, hey guys, I got some news. Your old referee kind of got killed. Because if you guys remember from the last issue at the very, very end, El Toro Negro, a person that Joystick defeated previously before she, decided to fight Scarlet Spider. She took that El Toro Negro guy down. And so El Toro, at the end of the last issue, wanted revenge. He wanted revenge, so he basically killed the referee. He killed the old referee, so that's why we see this new one here. And so yeah. Yeah, I just want to make things clear again. El Toro Negro was a guy that she fought previously before she fought the Scarlet Spider. It was another tournament match, basically. And El Toro didn't like being defeated, so he wants revenge, basically. So he ended up killing the previous referee from the last issue. So that's basically what we're talking about. And okay, so we keep going. And our Monitor, I guess it's kind of like our scorekeeper. He like sets up the dates and stuff and everything. tracks her opponent's locations down. He basically goes like, he actually has some reasoning. He goes, Joystick, I think you should drop out of this. It's getting kind of serious. Henry, the original referee, he got taken out by El Toro. El Toro's kind of insane. You need to just drop this. And she's kind of like, oh, well, screw that. I want money. I want to be rich. Who cares? It doesn't impact me. I'm selfish. I like lots of money and I'm hot. So, it's basically what she's kind of saying. Okay, but anyways, we get to this next scene. Toro's running around. It's going down. He's tracking her. This is El Toro, by the way, the guy who wants revenge. Here's El Toro right here. Okay, and then we get to this next scene. It kind of jumps scenes pretty quickly. Next scene where Scarlet Spider and Green Goblin are talking. They're discussing what to do. What should we do with Joystick? What's going on? And it's funny again because Scarlet Spider basically calls the Green Goblin an idiot. He goes, Are you serious, moron? Are you freaking serious? You really believe that? Because remember in the note it said like if you don't come to the substation, I will kill some hostages. And so Scarlet Spider's basically like, you really believe this note, man? You really believe what you're saying in this note? There's no hostages. There's none of that. She's just trying to get me. She's trying to ploy me, trying to set a trap so she can kill me and get her points and her money and whatever. So the Green Goblin's like, oh, okay. So you called me an idiot, but like, what should we do? And Scarlet Spider's like, well, we can't do anything because she hadn't committed any crimes. She hadn't done anything. So, you could alert the police to this note here. Green Goblin's like, yep, that sounds like a good idea, like a fresh idea, man. I totally agree with that. Phil's is basically like calling himself kind of a dork because he's like, yeah, I do feel kind of like an idiot. So, but yeah, it's a funny scene. I kind of like it. They're just kind of hashing stuff out. But anyways, Green Goblin's like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna alert the cops because you know what? Joystick's hot. I gotta go after her. He even says it here. He's like, what can I say? The boy's in love. Okay, maybe only lust, but why get technical? That part made me laugh a little bit. So yeah, he's basically just going after her because she's hot. He thinks she's sexy and da-da-da. I like this image though, where he's flying in the air. You see the smoke trail. Really, really cool scene with the smoke trail and everything. Green Goblin. That's a really cool image. I like this. Really love the look of this Green Goblin. Like the look of Phil's design. You get the undercarriage of the Goblin Glider too. Yeah, anyways, you see El Toro here. He sees the Goblin flying to view. And then all of a sudden we get a blast, like a laser blast. It literally hits Phil right in the back of the head. Slams him right into his glider. He's like, oh no, this isn't good. I'm about to fly into these high tension wires. And I'm also seeing double. And then he goes, I'm seeing double. I'm seeing like two people at once. But in this case, it's pretty cool because Joystick appears. Joystick's like, I don't want you here. What are you doing here? I expected the Scarlet Spider. I don't want you here. And so Goblin goes, he's like, he couldn't make it. He sent me instead, basically. And she goes, are you serious? You're not my target. Get out of here. So Phil's like, hey, chill out. I just wanna, trade some numbers. Get to know you. Get to talking. Let's mingle a bit. Let's have some fun. And she goes, are you that dumb? Are you serious? I'm not into you. I'm not into. She doesn't say this, but I just think it's something that I feel like she would say. She's like, I'm not into gruesome goblins. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not here to tell you my favorite color. I'm not here to trade numbers. I just want to kill Scarlet so I can get some money, get my points, and all this other stuff. Now that you've screwed my plans, I guess I'm just gonna have to take you as a hostage because I've really got no other choice. But before she can do that, like a leather rope wraps around her neck, and Green Goblin's thinking like, oh, maybe it's Scarlet, maybe he came. But no, we find out that it is El Toro Negro, and here's how I'm trying to pronounce this right. El Toro Negro. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. And he looks pretty cool. I always like the armed up, gunned up look. You got the grenades here, you got his face here. And it's pretty cool. I can't tell if he's wearing a mask or if it's just shadowing. I think he's wearing a mask, but it looks like shadowing kind of. But yeah, so he's got her neck tied around a rope. He's firing his shots at the Green Goblin. I want to make sure I get a good picture for you guys here. Firing some shots up here. Here's Phil up here. So Toro looking all mad. He's gonna get his revenge. So yeah, basically a fight kind of ensues. El Toro takes a cheap shot and kicks Joystick in the butt, and he's basically saying, like, I want vengeance, you know, you humiliated me, you made me look like a fool, I'm gonna make you pay, basically. And and I gotta say, Joystick is pretty determined in this book, so basically Monitor's like, Joystick, you need to get out of here, you need to get out of here, and Joystick's like, no, I'm not getting out of here, I gotta finish this match, I gotta finish it, I'm gonna get it done, I'm gonna get that money and that prize, and all this other stuff, so yeah, she's very determined, basically. And a little bit insane. But anyway, so yeah. So then Toro just keeps beating up on her. And Phil's basically like, Green Goblin at this moment is like, man, this is really getting out of hand. I just wanted to meet up with this girl because I thought she was hot. But now this Frank Castle wannabe is like trying to shoot me down. And yeah, you know, normally most heroes will like go and save the day. They would save the girl, they'd beat the guy. But no, I'm thinking about playing an exit strategy, and I need to get out of here. He's basically wanting to bail. He's thinking about bailing. So, like, and that's one of the things about Phil is that he's not really a confrontational character. Like, if things get too hot, he's gonna bail basically. So yeah, Green Goblin's thinking about bailing, but then he sees that Otoro's like just beating up on her and beating crap out of her. We get some blood in this too, surprisingly, from like a Marvel book. Get some blood. Gets beaten up on her and feels like, okay, I've had enough. I was gonna bail, but even I have my limits. And so he decides to fly out and try to get Otoro. Otoro does a jump here. We get this cool scene where he's like, leave her alone. And then Otoro jumps up. I want to make sure I want to get the scene for you guys. This is a really cool scene, actually. Flying here, he jumps up. He grabs Green Goblin by the cape here. And he like really swings him into the high tension wires. It's a really cool scene. I'm sorry, I'm moving a lot. So you got him here. Got him by his cape. Swings him into the tension wires. And then he like flies right into the high tension wires. Pretty cool scene. One thing I wanted to mention real quick is I like this moment because it shows that Phil does have some heroicness in him. Even though he is a mostly selfish character, he has some heroic moments. You know, he sees her getting beat up, and yeah, he thinks she's hot, but I feel like this is. Yeah, a lot of it is because he does think she's hot, but I feel like this is kind of a heroic moment for him. Like, he's doing it just because he doesn't like what's going on. You know, this guy's, like, brutally beating up on her. I don't know. I think it's a pretty good moment for him. Like, it's a very heroic moment for this character. I like it. He steps in, tries to kind of save the day. But anyway, so we get back to the story. Green Goblin is essentially fried with the high tension wires. Falls to his knees and he's like, I'm dead. I can't do this. I can't handle this. I'm going to die. I got to use the only power that I can't control, and that is my dreaded lunatic laugh. And so, because like I mentioned, if you guys watched my review of the first issue, Phil, the thing that makes his Green Goblin stand out actually amongst, Norman Osborn and Harry, is that he actually possesses a power where he can laugh so hard that he can shatter a person's eardrums. Like, he can, like, kill a person's hearing, essentially. Like, he emits, like, a very strong sonic frequency, basically, that can shatter someone's eardrums. So, yeah, so it's called a lunatic laugh. So he laughs really, really high, really, really loud. The pitch is so loud that I like the scene here with his mouth opening, and then you get the green spit here. It's a pretty cool scene. Yeah, he laughs so hard and so loud that it breaks this guy's ears, so you can see El Toro falling backwards. I like that. I think that's a really cool power, and I think it does differentiate Phil's Green Goblin from the other ones. So I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, Phil's like, oh man, I can't believe it. Like he's surprised. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm beating this guy. Woo, I'm getting him laid out. This is awesome. And then Scarlet Spider comes in to ruin everything. Basically, I'm just kidding, but no, that's what he kind of says. So Scarlet Spider pops in. He kicks this dude in the chin, and Scarlet Spider's like, yeah, Goblin, I knew you were I didn't really trust you, and I kind of figured you'd play idiot and like kind of go after her, even though I said not to because it's a trap. And the Green Goblin's like, whatever, Webs. I've laid this dude out. You know, before you got here, I had this guy laid out thanks to my lunatic laugh. Thanks to my lunatic laugh, I almost got this guy like incapacitated. And yeah, just kind of yeah. But I like this scene here. You can see that like it's kind of hard to see, but like there's like a web or a panel or whatever, and it looks like Scarlet Spider's breaking through that paper panel or that web. You can see right here, you got the web in here. Here's Phil right here. El Toro Negro. Here's the whole scene. Trying to get a good image for you guys. It's a cool image. I like it. Looks like he's breaking through the web. Yeah, it's a cool scene. But yeah, anyway, so a fight ensues. Actually, Scarlet Spider's like, it's kind of funny because Scarlet Spider goes, "Really? Is that a fact? You had him laid down and beaten up and incapacitated?" And he goes, "Okay, so maybe I was." So Green Goblin goes, "Maybe I was a teensy bit mistaken." It's kind of funny scene. But anyways, a fight ensues. You know, El Toro gets his guns out. He shoots at the Scarlet Spider. Green Goblin hops his back glider over here. And, you know, basically, Joystick is, I keep saying incapacitated, whatever. She's incapacitated, and she's basically like, you know, I cracked a few ribs. It hurts to breathe. I should probably give up, but honestly, I just really want to kill Scarlet so badly so I can level up and get some money. And it's just like, she's just not stopping, basically. Like, she's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to kill Scarlet. I'm going to, you know, get what's mine, basically. It's kind of her attitude. Okay, and so then we get some more fight scenes. El Toro's fighting the Green Goblin, and Green Goblin's throwing some pumpkin bombs at him. It's a cool scene. The action's okay. Like, it's fine. You know, compared to, like, you know, my Grifter reviews, where I review the Grifter series, yeah, the action's way better in the Grifter comics. I mean, this action's not bad. It's, you know, it's okay. It's not the best. It's not great. I do prefer a little more violence in mine, you know, with a little more blood and stuff. But yeah, it's a cool scene. I like seeing the Green Goblin fight somebody. I think it's really cool. Seeing him lob some pumpkin bombs. So yeah, not bad fight scenes, just not great, you know. They're not bad, they're decent. And we get, you know, she's like, okay, Joyce is basically like, okay, I got one last chance to nail Scarlet, I'm going to do this. Monitor's like, Joystick, just get out of here. You're done, you're tired, quit doing this. Yeah, and she does. She tries to shoot Scarlet Spider down. Scarlet Spider goes, what is wrong with you? I'm trying to defend you. I'm trying to save your life here. You know, this El Toro guy's trying to kill you, and I'm trying to help you, and you're just trying to take me down because you're selfish. She goes, and yeah, so basically, and Phil actually can hear all this because, okay, so she's basically talking to Monitor on like a communication device, basically, like a little microphone. You know, that's how she's kind of communicating with her Monitor. Monitor's a guy, by the way. That's how he's communicating with him. So, and Phil can actually hear all this because his, Green Goblin can hear all this. Because the circuitry within his mask can actually pick up on, I guess, radio frequencies. So he's actually patched into her conversation, which is pretty cool. So we can like overhear what her Monitor are talking about from a distance. So it's pretty cool that a Green Goblin can, you know, patch into the frequencies and stuff, the radio frequencies. But anyways, Monitor's like, you know what? Screw this Joystick. I'm done. You know, you're about to die. You're on your last legs. This isn't working out. I'm gonna invalidate this match, and you know an ambulance is gonna come pick you up. So if you can make it, so he's really like getting onto her like you need to stop this. You are gonna die. Okay, you are gonna die. So basically, El Toro's like, don't you guys see? Come on, Goblin and Spider-Man. Don't you guys see Scarlet Spider? Don't you guys see that this chick's trouble? I mean, she tried to kill you, Scarlet. She tried to tag you. Don't you see that this lady doesn't have any honor in her? I mean, come on, guys. Would it really be a bad thing if I killed her? Like, you know, basically what he's saying. So anyways, El Toro tries to kill her, and Phil's like, you know, bag this. You know, maybe this El Toro guy is right. Maybe she should die. Maybe this Joystick is bogus. And that's basically what he says. But then he goes, I'm almost tempted to let him snag her. Almost. I almost would let him snag her if she wasn't too sexy. That's basically what he's thinking. So anyways. Yeah, so Phil, you know, saves the day, saves the girl. You know, so it's like, dude, what is your problem? She deserves to die. She has no honor. She only wants money because of her stupid game. Come on, man. Like, what's wrong with you? And so the Scarlet's like, okay, well maybe the Goblin fell off with your date, bud, but at least you still got me. And then the Scarlet Spider just basically takes him to town. He kicks his butt. He finishes him off. It's a cool scene. It's an okay scene, I guess. I don't know why there's so many, like, hands and feet and everything. And the Star has some good moments. Okay, so Tom Defalco, which is his name, Tom Defalco's art has some, like, really good moments in it and some really kind of okay moments. I don't know. like and I'll actually go into that at the end of this review. Actually, I'll go more into that at the end of this. But yeah, anyway, so he kicks him out. He beats him up. He kicks him down. Scarlet Spider wins. Beats Otoro. So basically, Green Goblin goes, okay, lady, you really should make tracks because Scarlet Spider really isn't your biggest fan. So he's basically telling her like, you need to get out of here. It's not safe here. You need to leave. So Phil's addressing her, and she's like, okay, but before I do, I feel like I should give you a reward because you did save me after all. So Phil's like, ooh, I'm about to get a kiss. I'm about to score. So yeah, they're about to, she's about to make out with him, and she's like, why don't you take off your mask? Why don't you reveal your identity? And he goes, and I think the mask should just stay on. So she kisses him on the cheek, and he's basically like, this is the best. This is like the best day ever. And she basically just like, okay, so yourself, you're not gonna take off your mask, but hey, maybe someday you'll get lucky. Maybe we'll meet up again, and you'll get another shot at paradise. Basically what she says. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, whatever. He's kind of in the zone these days. He's like, can't believe she kissed me on the cheek and all this other stuff, and stuff like that. So okay, here's the scene just to show you guys again. He's just looking all dazed, and it's like this I like, where it's all the shadowing and the black, and I'll get into that in a minute. Okay, so anyways, next page. Okay, so anyways, story kind of wraps up a bit, well, actually, no, I need to get into this. So Scarlet Spider, he wraps up the bad guy, and he basically goes, what is wrong with you? You let her escape. What is your problem? Why'd you let her go? Man, like, where's your sense of responsibility, man? Like, what is wrong with you? And he goes, yeah, whatever, Webs. I'm not with all this crime busting stuff. I'm not really with this hero game. I'm just doing this for the fun of it. I'm just doing this thing for the fun of it and for the joy of it. That's the whole reason why I'm even doing the superhero thing. So don't patronize me, Basically, that's what he's saying. So yeah, he get a better picture for you guys. He whips up the bad guy, and I'll talk more about that too in a minute. Okay, so Creon's like whatever. And so he flies off. And I like the scene too, where he's flying off on the backglider and see the smoke. I love the smoke trail. Okay, anyways, we get to the and this is the scene. It's probably my favorite scene out of this entire issue, where Phil basically actually contemplates, what Scarlet Spider told him. He's like, well, why am I doing this? Like, why am I dressing up as this Green Goblin guy? Why am I flying through the city? What am I doing this for? What is the purpose of this? Why am I doing this? What's my end goal, with this thing? So it's a cool scene, because he's basically just kind of contemplating, like, why is he doing this? And do I deserve to be the Green Goblin? Or was it just luck? Like, do I deserve to have this ability and everything? And, it's a cool scene. And we get the Goblin gear on the floor here. Phil's just kind of questioning himself. And all that stuff. And then we find out that Rico the Sicko catches up with him. If you don't remember who Rico the Sicko is, guys, you want to check out my first issue review of the Green Goblin, because Rico actually plays a pretty big role in the first issue of the Green Goblin series. So if you want to be familiar with Rico, you'll have to check out my first issue review of the Green Goblin series. So he shows Rico the Sicko, and he's like, yep. Basically, Phil goes, I'm screwed. And that's the it. Okay, and I wanted to go real quick about the artwork. So, Tom Defalco's artwork. His artwork in this book is both good and just kind of meh. Like, I love this image right here, where it's Scarlet Spider, and you see the Green Goblin and his lens here. That's really cool. I like the, this little thing right here with the shadowing, where it's shadow and you see the white eyes and stuff sticking out. That's really cool. And, I also really like the, I like, what's that other image I liked? Yeah, this, where it's like, Scarlet Spider looks like he's breaking through paper or a web. It looks like he's breaking through a big web. It's hard to see with my phone, but that's what he's doing. He's breaking through a huge web. And he kicks the guy. Yeah, that's a really cool image. I like it. And then another image I liked. This scene where he's flying through the city and stuff. You see the smoke trail, and then you see the right here. And there's, I'm just kind of going over the stuff I liked about the artwork. And then you get in this scene. This is really cool with the shading, the wide eyes. That was really awesome. So yeah, Tom Defalco's artwork for this series so far, I like. It has some really good images and it has some really meh ones. Like, they're not bad, and it's not horrible. It's just like for example, this one. It's okay. It's cool, but it's kind of like, I mean, it's creative. Like, there's a bunch of hands and fists and feet fighting El Toro. It's really cool. It's cool, but I don't know. So yeah, Tom Defalco's artwork for this series so far is just kind of meh to me. Like, it's got some good moments and it's got some just kind of meh moments, Yeah, anyways, that was okay. So that was Green. I just wanted to go over the artwork real quick because I don't feel like I've talked too much about his artwork. This was cool too, where his mouth is opening up and you see the green spit. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the Tom Defalco artwork because I don't feel like I've really talked about his artwork really that much, and this is a review, so let's see. But yeah, that was Green Goblin issue 3. A pretty good issue. Good follow up to the Amazing Scarlet Spider issue 2. A good follow up to that. If I had to talk about these two issues in particular, Amazing Scarlet Spider 2 and Green Goblin issue 3, it's pretty good. Joystick was an okay villain. She wasn't great or anything. The concept of like the real life video game thing, it's hard to explain, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of an interesting concept. I kind of like it. But yeah, as a villain, Joystick is okay. I think my favorite aspect about these two issues is that really Phil, like Green Goblin, like I like how he's still shown to be very much a selfish character. He's not a bad guy or villain or anything. He wouldn't kill somebody, but it's like he's very selfish. He's very in it for his own gain. He's not really for the hero business. He likes the perks of being a hero. Like I've said this in one of my other reviews. He likes the perks of being a guy with abilities and powers. He doesn't really care for the saving. He doesn't really care for any of that stuff. Doesn't really care for vengeance. He likes the perks, basically. It's one of his character traits. He just likes the quirks and the qualities of being a superpower being. So, but anyways, yeah, that was Green Goblin issue 3. Pretty good issue. They're both pretty good issues. Yeah, and I just wanted to give some credit to the writers and stuff real quick. So, I forgot to do that last couple reviews. Here's writers Tom Defalco. I'm sorry, not Tom Defalco. The artist is Scott McDaniel. I'm sorry, guys. The artist is Scott McDaniel. The writer was Tom Defalco. Artist is Scott McDaniel. I'm sorry. So yeah, Scott McDaniel's artwork is kind of good and kind of meh at points. Here's the people who did it. Just kind of show them to you guys real quick. Inkers, pencilers, colorists. And I'll just stop here. Yeah, that was my Green Goblin issue 3 review. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too, and I hope you guys have a good weekend and you enjoyed my review. Catch you guys later.